Hi guys, welcome back to Mike Bros. Today we'll be reading Aaron Rodgers by Jeff Savage. Super performance. Aaron Rodgers threw a perfect spiral. Packers receiver Jordy Nelson was running deep down the right side of the field. The football landed directly in Nelson's arms, but with 111 million people watching, Nelson dropped it. Aaron and his Green Bay Packers teammates were playing against the Pittsburgh Steelers in Super Bowl 45 on February 6, 2011. The Steelers had the top defense in football. The Packers could hardly afford to drop easy passes. Unfortunately, they dropped 5 perfect throws from Aaron in the game, but Aaron wasn't about to let mistakes rattle him in the biggest game of his life. When the Packers got the ball again, Aaron completed 4 passes to move the ball down the field. In the huddle, he called for a short pass play, but he changed the play at the line of scrimmage. Aaron threw another deep pass to Nelson. This time, Nelson caught it for a 29-yard touchdown. Aaron threw his arms in the air. With the extra point, the Packers led 7-0. 24 seconds later, Nick Collins intercepted Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger's pass. He weaved his way 37 yards into the end zone. That put the Packers ahead 14-0. The Steelers answered with a field goal. Then Donald Driver, one of Aaron's favorite receivers, limped off the field with an ankle injury. Aaron stayed calm. He fired down the middle to Greg Jennings. Touchdown! Pittsburgh fought back, cutting the lead to 21-17. Aaron responded with another drive. At the 8-yard line, he looked left. Then he turned right. Aaron zipped a pass to Jennings for another touchdown. The Packers won the Super Bowl 31-25. Aaron was named Most Valuable Player, MVP. This is what I dreamed about as a kid, he said. This is incredible. Football dreams. Aaron Charles Rodgers was born December 2nd, 1983, to Ed and Darla Rodgers. Aaron grew up in Chico, California, with his parents and his brothers Luke and Jordan. Aaron loved football from the start. San Francisco 49ers quarterback Joe Montana was his hero. In kindergarten, Aaron played football at recess. He was always quarterback. Aaron excelled at other sports too. By second grade, he could dribble a basketball with either hand and throw passes without looking. As a Little League baseball pitcher, he fired balls past batters. Aaron often played with his older brother Luke. Dad threw football passes while the two boys covered each other, but Luke controlled basketball games. I wanted to beat him so bad, Aaron said. If he beat me, I'd make him stay out there and play game after game. As a freshman at Pleasant Valley High School in Chico in 1998, Aaron was just 5 feet 8 and weighed 135 pounds, but he wore size 14 shoes. Some friends called him feet. Aaron suffered a serious knee injury in his sophomore football season. A doctor told him to take a year off from sports. Instead, Aaron wore a brace and strengthened his knee with exercises. He was back on the field as a junior. Aaron passed for over 2,000 yards that season. He focused on football more than ever. He skipped parties to get a good night's sleep. He earned a 3.6 grade point average. He knew having good grades would give him more college choices. As a senior in 2001, Aaron passed for 2,303 yards to break the school record. He threw 6 touchdowns in one game to set another record. He waited for college recruiters to offer him scholarships, but no one called or visited. Finding his way, Aaron was heartbroken by the lack of interest from colleges. Recruiters just didn't visit Chico, and coaches may have thought Aaron wasn't big enough. He had grown to be 6 feet 1 and 185 pounds, still small for a college quarterback. He thought about a future in baseball. He could pitch a ball at 90 miles per hour. Craig Rigsby was the football coach at nearby Butte Community College. Rigsby convinced Aaron to play junior college football at Butte. In 2002, Aaron passed for 2,408 yards and 28 touchdowns with just 4 interceptions. He commanded our team, said Coach Rigsby. If I accidentally sent in the wrong play, he'd wave to me and say, "Don't worry, I know what you meant." Aaron led Butte to a 10-1 record and number 2 national ranking. "That's where I got my confidence," said Aaron, "and I've never lost it." One day at practice, Aaron saw University of California, Berkeley, coach Jeff Tedford on the side of the field. Coach Tedford was at Butte to recruit one of Aaron's teammates. Tedford was amazed watching Aaron direct the plays. He told Rigsby, "That's the best junior college quarterback I've ever seen." Tedford called Aaron on the drive home and offered him a scholarship to Cal. Aaron accepted. Aaron became Cal's starting quarterback midway through the 2003 season. He led the Golden Bears to victory over the University of Illinois. The following week, he led a shocking 34-31 upset of number 3 ranked University of Southern California in triple overtime. Aaron helped the Golden Bears win 8 games, including the Insight Bowl. He threw just 5 interceptions all season, a school record. The Golden Bears were highly ranked in the 2004 polls. Nobody's expectations can exceed what I want out of myself, said Aaron. He wanted to play like Joe Montana. Aaron even wore a Joe Montana shirt under his Cal jersey. Aaron led the Golden Bears to their best season in 50 years. Their only loss was a close game at number 1 ranked USC. In the game, Aaron completed 23 straight passes. No college quarterback had ever completed more passes in a row. Aaron led Cal to a 41-6 blowout in what fans call the big game, the annual game against rival Stanford University. Golden Bears fans swarmed the field afterward and lifted him in the air. They chanted, "One more year, one more year." They hoped Aaron would stay at Cal for his senior season, but Aaron was ready for the NFL. Getting better. Most people agreed there were 2 top quarterbacks in the 2005 NFL draft. One was University of Utah's Alex Smith. The other was Aaron. The San Francisco 49ers owned the first pick in the draft. They chose Smith. Other teams passed on Aaron. Finally, with the 24th pick, the Green Bay Packers selected him. Brett Favre was the quarterback of the Packers. Fans were crazy about him, but the Packers needed a promising young backup who could be their next star. They signed Aaron to a 5-year contract for $7.7 million. It was a lot of money to pay a player to sit on the bench. For 2 seasons, Aaron watched Favre play. Aaron learned what he could. In 2007, Favre hinted he might retire. Aaron would get to be starting quarterback at last. But 3 weeks later, Favre decided to keep playing. Aaron went back to the bench. He did not show any frustration. In a game against the Dallas Cowboys, Favre got hurt. Aaron took over and carved up the Cowboys' defense. He completed 18 passes for 201 yards. Aaron proved he could lead the team, but he went back to the bench for the rest of the season. In March 2008, Favre officially retired, but he changed his mind again in July. The Packers hinted that it was time to move on. Fans wanted Favre. Some fans booed Aaron at practice. Aaron was caught in the middle. He kept quiet. In early August, the team announced that Aaron would be Green Bay's starter. Favre was traded to the New York Jets. Many fans were angry, but Aaron's teammates admired him. He kept his cool through it all. Aaron played well from the start. On October 31st, the Packers signed him to a contract extension for 6 years and $65 million. I told them I would repay them for their trust, Aaron said. The Packers finished with a 6-10 record, but Aaron was brilliant. He passed for 28 touchdowns and over 4,000 yards. Sweet journey. The Packers were Aaron's team now. In 2009, he led the Packers to an 11-5 record and the playoffs. Green Bay lost to Arizona in overtime in the wild card game, 51-45, but Aaron threw for 423 yards in the game, a Packers playoff record. The Packers had high hopes for 2010, but in the first game, running back Ryan Grant was lost for the season with an injury. Tight end Jermichael Finley was lost a few games later. Then Aaron suffered 2 concussions in losses to the Washington Redskins and the Detroit Lions. The Packers lost again without Aaron the week after the Lions game. They had to win their last 2 games to sneak into the playoffs. They did. Green Bay had to play on the road in the playoffs. Aaron didn't mind. He threw 3 touchdown passes to beat the Eagles in Philadelphia, 21-16. He completed 31 of 36 passes with 3 more touchdowns to pick apart the Falcons in Atlanta, 48-21. Next, the Packers faced their rivals, the Bears in icy Chicago. They were playing for the National Football Conference championship. Aaron led the offense on an 84-yard touchdown drive to start the game. He celebrated with his championship belt move. The Packers kept the lead and won 21-14. The Packers capped their amazing playoff run with their Super Bowl win over the Steelers. I never doubted I could do this, Aaron said. I just always wondered if I would get a chance. Aaron is the NFL's all-time career leader in passer rating, and becoming a Super Bowl MVP was his dream come true, but he stays humble. In the Packers locker room, he plays Go Fish and Uno with his teammates. He watches Jeopardy on TV and strums his guitar during the commercials. When new players join the team, he greets them. He finds out their birthdays and stores them in his phone. He also helps in the community. He hasn't changed with his success, says former coach Tedford. He's still a great person. Aaron welcomes challenges. The journey is the sweetest part for me, he says. Having to work hard for success has made it much more satisfying. And that is the end of the story. Here we've got the selected career highlights. And on this page is the glossary. And that is the end of Aaron Rodgers. And that'll be it for this video. Thank you for watching and please subscribe for more. Bye!